Hello students, welcome to Study Out. In this video, we will study about the drift velocity. Drift velocity is a subtopic of a chapter electric current and it is helpful for the student of class 12th grade. So what is drift velocity? It is the average velocity attained by charged particles such as electron in a material due to the applied electric field. So here the key point is electric field. So its SI unit is meter per second and symbolically it is represented as Vd. V for velocity and a small d for drift velocity. So let's understand this concept in detail. So here we have a conductor. This conductor is present into the isolated state. Isolated state means we can consider that this is not comes under any type of external electric field. So here in this system, electric field is not present, so E is equal to 0. So when the electric field is not present and it is a conductor, so we know that conductor has free electrons. So these free electrons are randomly moving in different directions. They have no any specific directions. Each of the electron have its own direction, or they are following a zigzag path. It's not a straight because collision happens and because of that direction continuously changes. So you can understand in a simple figure like here, if this is our any electron and present in the isolated state where the electric field is 0, so you trace here how the electron from any point A reach to the point B. It's not a straight path, it's a zigzag path. And how this zigzag path is formed? Because of multiple collision happens in between this. So in this case, suppose if we consider, suppose here is our any area, this is our area A. So in this area, whatever amount of electron entering into this area, same amount of electron will leave this area. So you can say that number of electrons enters, same amount of electron is moving out of it. So net motion of the electron is 0, or V net is equal to 0. So we can say that if we have a conductor and in this conductor there is no electric field act on this conductor, so that time net velocity of the electron will be 0. Individual electron definitely move because of lot of collision happens, so it changes the position, but net motion of electron is 0. But what will happen if we place this conductor into the electric field? As you see here, same conductor is placed into the electric field. Here is the electric field. So we noticed one thing, that because of this electric field, there is the external force acting on each of the electron. If I highlight this one electron as a reference, so we notice that this electron is now facing an external electric force. This is the external electric force act on it. How this external force is acting on it? Let's understand this part. Suppose we have electric field here. So because of that, F is equal to Q into E. This is the relation between electric field and the force. And we also know that Newton's second law is equal to F is equal to M into A. And here our charge is what? That's the charge of one electron. This is the charge of one electron. So we substitute it as minus E. Minus is the negative charge of the electron symbol, and this is the electric field. So based on that, we can say that F is equal to minus small e into E. What this minus represents? Opposite direction. What is the meaning of opposite direction? It means that the electric field and force both are having the opposite direction. So here, as the electric field is moving in a right to left direction, so the force is acting where? Left to right direction. So you can understand like this way. Suppose if we have any electron and this electron is randomly moving. This is we are considering when no electric field is present. So that time This point is our starting point and this is our ending point. So suppose what will happen if this same system, same electron motion or zigzag path is now comes under the electric field. So here we have the electric field not zero. So because of a continuous force starts acting on this electron, F is equal to E into capital E. Here I am not writing minus because I already changed the direction. So minus is not required. So because of that, the path of the electron will slightly start changing. Now it will reach to the point of Y dash. The starting is same, starting not changing, but ending is slightly changing. Okay, now so let's consider this is dl length, it is getting changed. But here we are talking about only one electron, but in the conductor we don't have only one electron. We have n number of electron present. So here we are only considering for one electron, but we have n number of electron present. And each of the n number of electron will change the position. So when the position is changing with respect to time, we know that velocity is present. Velocity is equal to what? dl by dt. And this velocity is the small change. So what will happen if we are taking the average of all the velocities present into the electric field? This is considered as the drift velocity. So here the definition that is mentioned, it is the average velocity attained by the charged particles in a material due to the applied electric field. So here if we consider, here we consider only for one electron, but if we have a n number of electron, that average of that velocity is our drift velocity. So based on this drift velocity, we are trying to derive two formulas. What is the formula? Drift velocity is equal to electric charge, that is the electron, into the electric field, into this is called as tau. Tau is what? It's a relaxation time. What is relaxation time? It is the average time between the consecutive collisions. Second formula we have to define, I is equal to NEA VD. N is what here? The small n is nothing but the number of electrons per unit volume. That is our small n. E is the charge of electron, A is the area, and VD is the drift velocity. So let's try to prove both the formulas one by one. So before that, we need to understand what is the acceleration acts when the charged particle or one electron move from x to y. That time, what is the acceleration acting on the charged particle? So we know that F is equal to m into a. Let's consider this is the first relation, and F is equal to minus E into capital E is our second relation. From first and second relation, we can say that ma is equal to minus E into capital E. So A is equal to minus E into capital E by A. So here we can say that this electron initial velocity is 0 because it is just started. Final velocity we can consider it as dv. And what is the acceleration act on the body? Minus small e capital E by m. Minus we can ignore because already we consider the direction. Fine. So based on this concept, we have to define our these two formula. Let's define the first formula, drift velocity formula. If one electron changes its position by suppose dl in the time dt, but we have n number of electrons, drift velocity or the average velocity is equal to summation of individual electron velocity by total number of electrons. Here we can start with I is equal to 1 till n. Now this is our final velocity. So we know that v is equal to u plus at. So with respect to, suppose this is our electron 1, so V1 is equal to U1 plus A into T1, as acceleration is same for all the electron. If we have supposed second electron, so it is V2 U2 plus AT2. So same way, if we have n number of electron, so we can write Vi is equal to Ui plus ATi. And as we discussed already, that initial velocity is considered to be 0 because that's the starting point. So from there we can consider Vi is equal to A into Ti. So this relation, what will happen if we substitute in place of Vi? It is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 till n, and this is equal to A into Ti by n. So V average is nothing but drift velocity. So Vd is equal to, A is constant, so A we can keep it outside, it's a uniform, and we can write summation of I is equal to 1 till n Ti by n. So this Ti by n summation, this whole thing, what we can write? We can write it as Vd is equal to A. Suppose we can write it as T1 plus T2 plus T3 till Tn divided by total number of electrons. So this value that we write it, actually this is the average of the total time taken. So this we can represent with a symbol called as tau. So Vd is equal to A into tau. Now what is the value of A? A value, we did it here in the beginning. A is equal to how much? Minus E, capital E by m. Minus we can ignore because direction is opposite to the direction of electron. So here we can write a small e, capital E by m into tau. So this is our formula for the drift velocity. So this formula we had to prove. This is our first formula that we proved. Now how we will prove that I is our current, is equal to NEA Vd. So let's prove it. Let's consider here is any area at a specific time dt. Some of the electrons displaces position. Let's take the electron displaces position in the time dt. Let's take this is our dl, displacement. So you see this figure is our considered as a volume. This is our volume. Now volume is equal to area into length. Let's consider dl. We know that n is equal to number of electron per unit volume. This is our number of electrons. We know that total charge is equal to n into E, number of electrons into the charge of one electron. And what is the n value? Can we write it as Q is equal to n into V into E? So total charge is equal to a small n V into E. Now based on it, Q can be written as n into, what is the value of V? This V is equal to how much? It is equal to A into dl into E. So Q is equal to NA dl into E. Now we have to change this Q in term of current. We know that Q is equal to I into dt from the current definition, I is equal to Q by dt. So from there, we can write it as I into dt is equal to NA dl by E. Same thing, we can write it as I is equal to N into E into A dl by dt. Now, this dl by dt, drift velocity. So here we can write I is equal to NEA Vd. This is our second proving. Now, it can be also written as in term of J. What is J here? J is the called as current density. It's a vector quantity. So current density is equal to I by A. So suppose this A we transpose to the other side. Can we write it as I by A is equal to NE Vd. So I by A is equal to J. J is equal to NE Vd. This you can also write in term of electric field. We know that Vd is equal to a small e capital E by M. So what we can do, in place of this Vd, we can substitute this formula. So I is equal to N into E into small e capital E by M. So I is equal to N into E square. Here A is also present. Capital E capital A by M. This is another formula based on electric field. And in term of J, what we can write? J is equal to N E into small e capital E by M. So it is equal to N E square capital E by M. So these are the formulas we can derive from the drift velocity chapter. I hope you like this topic properly. If you have any doubt, you can mention it in the comment box. And do like it, subscribe it, and share to your friend. Thank you so much.